Hello, so this is a quick little video I'm going to do as a result of some tinkering around I've been doing on my Wii for the last couple of days. So this is all about a game called Starblade. Now I've got it installed, I've got the WAD installed on my Wii, which I downloaded, and I had to do a couple of things to the WAD to get it to work on my PAL Wii. So I'm now going to load up USB Loader GX. So as many of you probably know, this is just an excellent one-stop shop for loading foreign WADs, foreign GameCube discs, foreign Wii discs, etc. And obviously you need to get your Wii modded to be able to run stuff like this. So the first problem I had with this game was, right, so there it is, Starblade. So this is within the USB Loader GX viewing screen, obviously, even though it does look very similar to the Wii screen. We're now in the USB Loader GX application. So to get this WAD to, first of all, to get it installed, to get it to install on a PAL Wii, I had to use something called Wii Packer, and I had to select the correct loader into Wii Packer and then process the WAD to make it region free. So I did that with some instructions I found on GBA Temp, I think it was, the website GBA Temp. Then, also on GBA Temp, which has been a very useful website, I found someone had made an English patch for it, because obviously this is a Japanese only virtual console title. All the menus and everything are in Japanese, and they come out as a load of garbled nonsense if you don't do anything to it, because it tries to recognise the Japanese characters and just comes out looking absolutely awful on a PAL Wii. So some amazing person had actually done an English patch for the game, and that was a few years ago, but I managed to find a download for it and apply the patch, and it worked. So I've now got a double patched WAD for Starblade. I then installed that using just a WAD manager, any WAD manager that you can get for Homebrew channel. There's hundreds of them. And now, when I play this game, I use a RGB Scart Cable, a retro gaming cable, RGB Scart Cable for my Wii, and I was getting a red screen, which is a common issue if you try and play an NTSC game on a Wii and using a RGB Scart Cable. So this is how I got around that. So this is the the loading settings for USB Loader GX, and for this particular game I discovered I have to choose video mode region patch. Now I was originally trying to use Force PAL 60. I tried Force NTSC, I tried a lot of these, and they were all giving me a black screen and crashing the Wii. I've now discovered that region patch there, that is the one to use for this particular game, and it's definitely on a game by game basis, because I've got other games where I don't have to do this. So this is what I have to use for my double patched Starblade WAD, which, as I may have already said, was originally a Japanese virtual console game only, never came out anywhere else. So we're now going to start the game. So it still has the Japanese warning screen here. Who cares about that? But what we do now have is a lovely English language Right, there we go. Sorry about that. I had to miss about that, trying to remember what button it was. Right, so this is a screen that's been translated to English. This was all in horrible Japanese characters and unreadable. So you get some nice controls here, various settings for the game. A and B button, choose for firing. B back. Screen settings. Well, I don't want to change any of that. Go back. And here we are, Starblade. Put some credits in. Graphical glitches. You haven't got great sound. So relatively recently I discovered that it was actually ported to Virtual Console in Japan. Now I've tried playing the PS1 port and it's a bit rubbish, to be honest. So I've always wanted the most perfect arcade experience of playing this game at home I could find, and the PS1 and Mega CD games are definitely not that. The background videos jerky, bad quality video compression on the PS1, etc. It looks pretty bad. Now this is playing on Wii, and this is Virtual Console, so basically it is emulating the arcade ROM. I'm sure it is in the background, but basically it's the best way, as far as, well, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is the best way you're going to play this game without owning the arcade machine. I don't think it's ever come out on any other console in this kind of quality. As I said, it was ported to Mega CD and PS1, but they were very inferior. And here we are playing it on a home console in lovely crystal clear clarity using an RGB cable.
GeoSword, come in, GeoSword. This is team leader. This is team leader. Attack the port, GeoSword.
It's very hard, this game. I don't know if it's possible to 1cc this. I really don't, because I mean, you just can't stop them hitting you sometimes, no matter how quick you are. I mean, I'm not displaying expert gameplay here, but no matter how quickly you shoot the enemies, one of them will, now and again, they always get a shot in, and as far as I can see, there's no way of replenishing your shield. This area down here, apart from putting credits in, obviously, apart from paying to do so. I've never seen a score or an extend or anything which gives you some shield back in this game. And of course, I might be wrong there. Again, correct me if I'm wrong there in the comments, but the only way that I've been able to get anywhere near the end of this is just to continue a handful of times.
Attack the starboard, GeoSword.
Shields low. Danger. Shields low.
So yeah, so people are always citing this as an inspiration to Star Fox on the SNES, and well, it definitely was, but I think the biggest influence is Star Wars, and that's the film, obviously, and more importantly the Atari arcade game that came out in about '83. And Starblade and the other Namco on-rails shooter that came out around the same time, called Galaxian 3. They were both more or less just completely copying the idea of the old Atari Star Wars wireframe arcade game with really high quality, excellent graphics at the time, polygon graphics, early 90s polygon graphics. So it was Star Wars the film and the Atari arcade game, which we have to thank for rail shooters of this type, I think. All the old trench run stuff and everything, it's all here. Here we go, look, running into a trench now.
Making a quick turn.
So obviously I'm using the Wiimote to play this, which is a really good way of aiming the crosshairs. Even though Wiimotes are a little bit laggy, it's certainly not going to be quite as reactive as using the real yoke on the arcade machine. Still, it's the next best thing at home. Now the settings for this game do have a turbo fire
Making a rapid descent.
in the actual settings of the game, which gives you a more or less solid laser beam the whole time, which I have used, and it does make the game a hell of a lot easier, but I can't help thinking it's just kind of like cheating a bit. It just makes the game too easy. So I haven't got that setting turned on, so this is the fastest firing rate you get without having that turbo fire setting on, just by keeping your finger on the trigger. This game really was something else in 1990 when it came out in 91. It really was something else. To see this, to experience this sitting in a sit-down cabinet in an arcade with a great big screen in front of you, flying around all this 3D polygonal backgrounds. Even though I do believe that the Starblade and Galaxian 3 machines, the backgrounds are actually running off Laserdisc. I might be wrong there. Tell me if I'm wrong. Whereas, of course, all the alien spaceships were real polygons, because they are the ones that react to you firing at them and stuff. And the gun emplacements and what have you, obviously, are all polygons. Here we are, flying into the Death Star. I mean Red Eye, not the Death Star, sorry, what am I talking about? Planet Red Eye.
We have located a passage and are headed for Octopus. Locate the danger. Shields low. Danger. Shields low.
I really do hate this continue scumming, but
We are under attack.
anyway, I could make this video really. Anyway, I could make this video last longer than 3 minutes, because it is very hard, this game. But I do hope to get some practice on it and work out how to get through it without having to continue 18 times. It's really nice. Really, I love this kind of flat shaded polygon look that games had in the 80s and 90s. Specifically a lot of Namco games like Solvaloo and a few other of their early polygon games, and obviously Virtua Racing by Sega had that nice flat shaded polygon style as well. Somehow I kind of prefer this to modern polygon graphics. I kind of imagine like I'm in Tron or something, like I'm living in the film Tron when I play a game that looks like this. This is what's so cool about it.
Attack the port, Geosword. I'll attack the starboard. Over.
Navigating the
Now we're doing a trench run.
Avoid radar detection. Shields low. Danger. Shields low. Making a quick turn.
So yeah, I don't want to spoil the game any further for anyone that hasn't played it. It's just a little example of Starblade running on a PAL Wii with a patched WAD file and using USB Loader GX to get the video output coming out nicely using an RGB Scart Cable. If you've got any questions, drop them down in the comments. I might put a few links in the description as well for various tools that I used to patch the WAD and stuff like that. So till the next video, thanks for watching.